opened up in the programs area after 6 months of being a receptionist. I tried to get that job, which I did get. And then I moved my way up into a membership position because I was always on the phone talking to members. And I love to communicate with people. I think that's one of my gifts. I'm able to go into a room, see different people, talk to them. I may not know them, but by the end of the day, it's like we knew each other. A couple of years ago, I was in the position where I was looking for a job. And luckily, I have people like Ben around me where they were like, use your contacts. What are you doing? And I had been in NACUBO for 23 years. And how do you, after 23 years, start your job search? When I got that job, I was sending a resume through the mail. They were sending me something back in the mail. I mean, even in those 23 years, as I rose at NACUBO, I was hiring people. I knew the process, but I never thought I would be in the process. And when I started searching, I was like, do I still want to be in membership? Do I still want to, do that? And everything that I looked at, I came back to membership. I came back to working with association professionals. That was part of my job, going out, meeting, engaging with our members. If I knew some non-members were there, I would, pick them out and say, hey, why don't we chat for a little bit to see why you're not becoming a member? And also that picking up the phone and talking to people, that all works. And that's what they look at, I believe, when that membership renewal is up, they're going to look at, hey, I had this thing for a whole 12 months. Nobody called me. I didn't get any messages. All the messages I received was, here's this program, here's this webcast.
Fill out 100 question survey form.
Correct. But we also never went after people where their membership had lapsed. And I found that there were a lot of individuals that their membership had lapsed, but they had no idea. The only reason they knew their membership had lapsed was because they tried to go online, purchase something, and it says, hey, here's the non-member rate. So I don't want people to get to our site and then find out, I didn't renew,
Right.
So there's a lot of data that needs to be cleaned up. And this is my year to work on cleaning this data up. We have procedures on, if you call and say, hey, I'm no longer with this association or this organization, we have a process on what we do with your record, but we still will connect you, Jake, to we will still have your email address to your old association still connected to your record, even though you've informed us that you're no longer there. So later we're sending messages to you through this old email address saying you're going to come back and join, or you're going to do this. It's like, so we have a lot of data and a lot of the processes that we need to manage and get through this year. But I think there are some basic steps that should take place. One, the last time I did something like this, you looked at your data and you come up with what are some of the issues that you're having. One, we have records with no email addresses. So you pull a query for all those with no email address. You sort through those. You look at, who are these people? Do they have duplicate records in the system? Maybe they have a duplicate record and we don't need that one, so we can knock it off. So you come up with a criteria of what you're looking at, so like I said, one of those queries that you would pull are all those duplicate records. And then you got to go through all those duplicate records and see, hey, is this person really still here? Is this where we should be sending their information and not to the other address? So you figure out based on your data what you should pull. And what I did at NACUBO is every month, cleaning is not a once a year thing. It's not a twice a year thing. It's a constant thing. So every month we at NACUBO, we had different things that we were pulling. We would pull a query on people who created their accounts online. And we will pull all those people for that month and we would check to make sure that they had filled out everything in their profile. If they hadn't filled out everything in their profile, this is an easy one, we would send them a message and say, whatever the message was, it looks like you haven't filled out your whole profile. We want to make sure we're getting you the content that you really want. Please go and finish filling out your profile or something. But we cleaned up every month. Every month something was pulled and we would take action on those things. And that's how I'm going to start at ASAE.
And dedupe is the low-hanging fruit, I think, too, sometimes, right? It's like, let's get down to identifying duplicates based on name and email and nomenclature and things, because it's just like a house, right? You can't clean your house twice a year. If you clean it every week, or you clean it, if you call in a cleaning service twice a year to clean your house and you don't do any cleaning in the meantime, they're going to charge you a lot of money. Nobody's going to enjoy that. You know
Correct.
what I mean? So yeah, that's a really good point. I love that point, actually.
As someone who's cleaned buildings professionally, I can tell you it makes a huge difference if you do it every day or once a week.
Right.
I think
that's how I've been engaging my members. And with that, you can put in a question to do something like a net promoter score or something like that, gauge, your audience or what have you. But also with that tool, I'm able to pull out, I'll use this as an example. One of my questions ask our audience, what's most important for you as you manage your career this year? And there are options that they can pick. So if someone says, I am trying to prepare for my CAE, I'm also able to take those individuals out and put them into another campaign where we are saying to them, February the 23rd is our kickoff for CAE. You mentioned 6 months ago that this was a priority for you. How is that going? Can I help in any way? And then
I'm ready.